Whoa, dude! Botswana! Hush! Oh, papagena! Potenti na poca!
This is the cinemas! Have some respect!
Ma che le buone movies! Hush! Tomato! Look at you!
You again!
No! Milano, papadan, okay. Wow! Shish! Pure bacca la macchina!
That's it, buddy! You're out of here!
No! Oh, le movies! Papi! Stoppa! Macarena, shush!
That's enough, fella! Move that ticket!
Les boobies! Bello backflash!
Oh, well, if it isn't Mr. Peanut again. Out you go! They do not pay me enough to deal with this baloney. Get up! Get out!
Oh, c'est les Pouillards! Bayou pudding! Oh, shh! Choucha! Sniffa, les potes! Snip, Belcher! Stoppa la Macarena! Bow! Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Talks Too Much.
Oh, la potaine.
Hello! Time to go, Gabby Goose.
Right there! Everyone in the city gets a shot at being shot live on my screen!
Some whirly face. I've got one for you.
Time to put your walking boots on.
Okay. Wow!
Well, good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Tonight we'll be carrying on with the Celestial Hurricanum, and it's been a reasonably good week so far. Managed to finish off the E3C AWACS, so that's now hanging up on the ceiling, out the way. Hopefully not going to get damaged, but you never know with my kids. But there we go. So tonight, as I said, we'll carry on with the Celestial Hurricanum. I have been doing some odd bits here and there on it offline because it's quite a detailed kit, and I'll show you that of what I've been up to and doing on it as we go along. So it seems like we've got a few people watching, so welcome to you all. And we'll start off in chat. We've got Marcus Brunn saying good evening Ross and all in chat. Good evening Marcus, welcome to the show. Hope you had a great Christmas. I know we did. We had a nice quiet one really. Graham McCorbett is in next and he's saying alright. So yep, I'm alright, I think. Somewhere on the lines, but there again, I play around with plastic. Then we've got Models United in Fred. He's saying evening Marcus, Graham and Ross. Good evening Fred, welcome to the show. And we've got Graham McCorbett saying hi Models United and Marcus. And it's me saying hi to Fred and Graham. And then we've got Marcus saying love the intro. Yes, it's a new intro because the Christmas one is now gone. So that will probably reappear again next year. You never know. And Marcus saying also hi to Graham. Fred saying not long back from work, so no idea how long I'll stay awake. Stay as up early, but done thumbs up. That's very grateful of you. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Then we've got Hugh in saying good evening Ross, Korra and all in chat. I think Korra is actually asleep at the moment, snoring her head off. So there we go. And I'm surprised you can't hear it down here. It's a good job this microphone's got noise cancellation on it. And then we've got Hugh, Fred saying hi to Hugh, Marcus is saying hi to Hugh and Model United, and then it's Hugh saying hi Model United and Marcus. So, I haven't really done much else on the SR71 Blackbird. I've not really been at the bench at all since Saturday. So tonight's going to be the first time back at the bench, and we're just going to carry on painting the small parts up before I actually assemble it all together. And then Hugh just suddenly remembered that Graham's in as well, so he's saying hi to Graham. So yeah, okay, so we'll swap over to Matcam. And there we go. So, yep. Get that away. Okay, okay then. So we'll be carrying on with painting the parts up before I actually stick them together. But we do have quite a bit done so far. You can see we've got the horse and the base part of the carriage done. We've also got part of the framework done as well. So that's all that bit done. And then one of the main pieces is the ring that goes around the celestial part. Now, turn this in, turn it. Well, there we go. Gives you a bit better sight of it. This thing took me about 3 days to paint altogether. So it's not fully finished yet, but it's near enough there because I've just got to put some colouring over the silver part of the globes. And yeah, but I've used a lot of the metallic colours there. A mixture of Vallejo, Citadel and green stuff. So we managed to get the ring all finished and sorted. That's all. Took me a long while to get that sorted. So then we've also had the part of the central globe cage that goes around the central globe. Now that's all done because there's also a piece that goes into the middle of it, so it sits together like so with skulls all around. Now what I've done there, I've used again different metallics and some of the especially bones. I've done covered the skulls in Ryken flesh shade, and then I've used what's it called now? Tesseract glow into the eyes sockets of the actual skulls. Can't really see it at the moment, but it is there. It's got like a greeny glow from the socket, the eye sockets and everything. And then it's also some other little bits where they've just been painted up. So there's also a central part that goes into the middle there. It's got to be done yet. Also got part of the main framework done. And you notice I keep mine on bits of sprue, so it just makes it easier when I'm doing things like that. So it just makes it easier, so I can hold it and then paint it at the same time, and then just touch it, snip it off, and then just touch up the areas where the actual pieces of sprue were attached. That's what I've done with that piece as well, and lucky enough when I put it together you won't see that mark where it was. Oh, lots of other little tiny bits that I've done, like the little book that sits at the front on top of the actual piece. This piece, and the book sits about here somewhere, like so, on the actual top of the framework there. So what I am waiting for though is to be delivered is actual some scriptures that you can get from Warhammer. Well, they're actually on their eBay, I think they are, and you can get them so like writing scriptures that go onto the page. Now I've got them, some of them coming, so hopefully they'll arrive before I get this sort of finished, and then I can put it onto the book pages there and the leaves. So it makes it look like a bit more like a book. So you have a sort of like little runes and everything into it. So as I said, that's the front pulpit of it that goes onto it, and then the underside's all done. And I think this looks pretty good, I think. I like it anyway. So yeah, I still have the underside of the staircase to do, which is what I'll probably be playing around with today. Oh, so yep, and then there's some little cover pieces here that have all been done. I've just got to go over the can't remember what they're called now anyway, these things here, scripture prayers, but I've got the little tiny crosses and the skull inside the actual crest go there on the rosettes. I've got them to paint up yet, same as on these ones. These have all been sorted out already, and I've just gone over them with especially bone, but then I'll go over with Newlyn oil just to give it sort of like an old weathered look. So that's them parts done, and then there's these little crests that go onto the horses. Now I have actually put the shields on them, but I can fit them to the other side of the horses there. So that's what I'm going to do, because Colin from C47 did set me a little challenge to see if I could actually fit everything from the box on this one kit. So I'm going to try. So we're going to have the mixture of the celestial globe and the sun cannon, I think it is, something on those lines anyway. So hopefully I'll be able to get them both onto it, but we'll see. But as you can see, we've still got quite a bit to do. We've got that old sprue near enough there. We've got the side pieces there, and a couple more scripture pieces there, or prayer scriptures I think they are. And we've got a few little candles and everything, and parts of the mechanism still to go. And then we've also got the books, which I've just made a little bit of a start on, and telescope. So yeah, we've still got a lot to do on this one. Hence the reason why I have been playing around with it off stream, and that helps out with some people because they get to see it moving along a bit quicker, I think. Let's see. And we've got Graham Corbett saying hi to Hugh. Marcus is saying that's some great work there, Ross. Thank you very much. Hugh saying looking good, Ross. Thank you very much. And we've got Models United saying that's some painting detail work, mate. Looks sweet. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Marcus Bronze saying OFC, you can fit it all. Yep, well, I'm going to try to anyway. It's not designed to have it all fitted in one go, but I may have to make a little platform to go for the sun cannon at some point in the rear of it. And then we've got Autism Emily joining us saying hi to everyone. So, good evening, Autism, and welcome to the show. Nice to see you back in. And then we've got Models United saying hi to Emily. So as I said, tonight we'll be carrying on with doing a little bit more detail work. And then hopefully we can get things moving along a bit further. Now, this is one of the main central pieces. What is the central piece arm for the celestial globe? I'm not sure where I put the stand. Part of there is the base of it. And I might yet have to make a stand for it to stand on with the cannon to sit on. By the looks of it. So yeah, I might have to make a little box up or something for that. But we'll make a little wooden box with it for it to sit on. So now we need to find... there it is. The other pieces there. Okey-dokey. So we'll see how this fit together. I'm supposed to fit on there somewhere. There we go. So that fits on there like so. Needs to fit snugly enough. And then when this is...
I don't know that one.
When this is all sorted, this, in theory, should fit over something like that. So it's got to paint this part next, and then we can fit it all together. So that's how it supposedly looks anyway, when it's all done. We've got Martha saying, Alexa don't know her nothing. Nah, she generally doesn't. She's just a pain in the bum. And then we've got Colin from 567 Workshops in saying, hi Ross. So, evening Colin, welcome to the show. Hope you're well. So the fun part is I'm going to try and also make it so it can still move at some point as well. So that'll be even more interesting. We'll just take them 2 bits off and put them to one side. Okay, what I want now is not the Belcher. It is iron base coat. Wrong way. So, how have we all had a good Christmas? Has everybody been satisfiedly filled up with scran? And have good dinners? And did anybody receive any good plastic kits for Christmas? Oh, and also I'll be just going over the fact that I'm actually running a little giveaway, which we started on Christmas Day. So hopefully that will be drawn on this Saturday coming. So what you got to do is, to enter that draw, is go over to my channel and go to last Saturday's stream, and leave the answer to the question, which was, which ship was the Japanese signed a peace, the declaration that they were peace between the country and ending the Second World War. So the official surrender act was signed on which ship at the end of the Second World War? I'll just show you the kit that's up for grabs in a minute. Just a little bit. And we've got Hugh saying hi to Emily, Fred saying hi to Colin, and then you've got Colin saying hi to Fred, and then Hugo, and then we've got Marcus saying hi to Colin, and then you've got Fred saying HMS Victory. Just a few years out there, lad. Not by many, lad, but yeah, a few out. So, as I said, this competition, well, the giveaway is available to people across the pond as well. But please bear in mind that if you do enter, it may take a little while for the item to get to you if you win it. Because I won't be posting it until after the new year. And probably about a week after. So that should hopefully allow the postal service to settle down a little bit. And it will be tracked all the way to the person. So yeah. We've got Marcus joining us. You got Colin saying hi to Marcus. And then it's you saying always one. You got Max McGinn saying evening everyone, hope you're all doing well. Good evening Max, and welcome to the show. Nice of you to join us. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated, because it helps with the statistics, as I say, for later on, as my channel slowly grows, hopefully. Okay, so if I remember rightly, I put it down here. I think, or did I leave it somewhere else? But yeah. Well, it was down here. Oh, there it is. It's hidden to the back. So yeah, let's take this out of zoom quickly. Do 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 do. Boom. There we go. So this is the kit that's going to be up for grabs. It's the C47 Sky Train that can be done as the DC3. You've got American and British markings. So it's 1/72 kit, brand new, all sealed, all singing and dancing. You get the decals for the 2 different mics, and it's fully sealed still. So see, you've got the full set of decal markings. Not exactly brilliant, but then again, it's they're just a bit dusty, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just a bit of dust on them, I think, from the greaseproof paper, whatever they put over the top of them. For some reason, it's transferred a dust sheet over into them. But there we go. So yeah, that's the kit. Will be up for grabs. And if you're the lucky winner, all you need to do is email me your address, and that'll be I'll explain it all on the day when I actually do the draw. Let's see. You got Marcus Brown saying Xmas was great, nice and calm and happy boy in terms of plastic. Waited for the sales, picked up a 138 F100 and F104. Got myself a couple of Gundams as well. Very, very nice. You got Fred saying hi to Max, and then Marcus is saying hi to Max. Graham Court saying sorry, I didn't stay in for long, Colin. Fair enough. And Graham saying that question is too easy. Well, it's not meant to be hard. It means it allows as many people as they can to answer the question and have a chance. No need to make it hard. You're just doing a bit of fun, that's all. And you've got Mark Sheridan saying, evening Ross and chat. Good evening, Mark. Welcome to the show. And then just Fred saying, evening to Mark. So now, which side are you connected on again? That side. So we'll get this little piece off again, and then we'll glue him in place. Get some sticky stuff. There we go. That's him glued in place. Yep. Oh, okay, so we now want this one. It's like everybody's saying hi to Mark, and Mark saying hi to Models Night and Marcus. Now this little pot I got given, well, some of these paints I got given second hand, and don't know why I keep doing that. First one I've got, my little Festa pot holder. Keep forgetting I have him. I have a bad habit of just sticking bits of wood down the thing because somebody's actually removed the little tag bit behind here. Okay, so I see. The whole idea is just making it look a bit different, and I suppose in a way I can get clusters and make them look a bit gaudy, but I do like using the metallics. Especially when you got like the old things where people used to paint them and everything like that. And they want them to sort of like stand out and make their presence known, as they say. do some touching up on that anyway, so I think the only thing I've got from Christmas this year is a couple of little bits here and there from the wife, but no plastic model kits this year. But I did get a 3D jigsaw puzzle with lighting, which I will be doing on my Saturday stream. Just added something a little bit different to the stream. So that's what I'll be doing on Saturday, instead of building a model. So just to break things up a little bit. So I thought, well, I'll do something different. And on Saturday I finished me E3CA wax. So I thought, alright, we'll do something different. And my youngest asked me to build his little Lego fire truck, so I did that. And I was hoping if I had enough time that we would start building the jigsaw puzzle, which is a 3D one. I'll get it off underneath my desk in a minute, so you can have a quick look at it. We're going to have to do a little bits of touching up here and there, but other than that, I think we're getting there. So there are a couple of little techniques I'm going to try out, and it's just basically seeing if they'll work or not. Hopefully they will when I do the actual globes. There's no guarantee, so I may end up starting again, which wouldn't be the first time I've done that on a Warhammer build. And I did the same thing on my Reichner build, which I was doing the Night Haunt on a horse. One of the main guys, I started off doing the bone structure in black. Didn't like it one bit, so I started off again. And I think it looks a lot better now, in my view. That's that bit done. Let's see. You got Fred saying, Mark, like I was saying, hi Mark, and you got Mark, and then Models United saying, so rough guess how long you think an average build like that takes to do? Well, if I wasn't doing it as a live stream, it'd probably take me about 3 weeks in total. But because I'm doing it as a live stream, and I can't really do too much in a go, otherwise it's not fair on the viewers if they're trying to watch what I'm doing. But yeah, it's that piece there just took me 3 days to paint, and that's because I picked out all the details and everything in it and gone down the edges, and then sort of leveled it up and tidied it all up. And it's not fully finished yet, because I've got to do these parts here, but it is 99% there, and then there's tiny little bits like that. But with the kit like this, because it's got so much detail to it, and I make a habit of making things hard for myself, Fred. It's just one of those things. I like to try and bring out as much of that detail as possible, not just leave it sort of like base coloured, where a lot of it probably would have been if you do look at the actual normal one. Let's see, you've got and you got Mark Shaw saying, why do they make the lids like that? I've almost split them a few times. Well, I think it's just unique to Citadel, that's all. And it's something they do. They know these pots have a design fault, but they won't change it. They'll keep this pot as they are, because they know they make money from it. Because if you don't keep the lip around the top of a pot clear, so inside there's a lip that locks up onto it to keep it tight, if you don't keep that clear, it can actually cause your paints to dry out. Now, when you open it, you'll see you've got a little tiny lip there inside the pot. This is supposed to actually stop the paint from running down and into this groove around the pot. It doesn't. So it has that's where the design fault of it is. So you end up spending occasionally like a day going through all your pots and cleaning all the lid grooves out. Like I've got that one there to do yet, because you can tell where it's sort of like gunked up at the back, so it sort of like stops it from sealing straight, and you can't push it down. So your lid, Shizen, that was close. Doing a black flip. Your lid, as you can see at the back here, is all clogged up. So the only thing you can do with that is actually clean it out to actually allow it to clear. Now there is a little trick to doing it, which you can do. Just short it a tiny little bit. Is you can take these bits off like so. There we go. So that comes off. And if you grab the edges of the lid pot there, you can do that. See, all that around the edge is all what clogs them up. So that's why I do. I just take the lids off like that, and then it allows me to clean them out. So you can take that bit off. Usually it's best to doing this when you're actually wearing gloves, but just a quick example of how to do it. And then once you've done that, you just push it back in like so, like that, and then push that little thing back through, because he shouldn't have actually come out. There we go. So he's now back through, and you push him back down on the pot like so, and there we go. So once again, it's now properly sealed. But that's one little trick that I learned from doing that. So that's how I clear all my lid tops, and I have to go through all of them every so often. And you got Panzer Coin, he joined us saying greetings all, and he's saying hi to Ross. Good evening, Panzer. You got Modellers Night, so I get what you mean. Tripit's dragging on. Yeah, it's going on for a bit, ain't it, for you, mate? It's just one of those things, mate. When the more detailed kit you do, it just takes longer. And that's what happens, and we deal with it. I mean, as I said, like, I try and move things a little bit further along quicker by actually painting some of the detailed stuff when I'm just sat at my bench or in the 24/7 hangout, which anybody can join as long as you join either Festa 67's workshop page, or become a patron of his, or become a patron of Model Makers Guru, or become a page member. Then that will give you access to the 24/7 hangout, which is where some of my times I play around with when I'm actually in there and just paint these up. You got Colin saying hi to Panzer, Panzer saying hi to Fred, Marcus, Colin and Max. Mark Show saying cheers, I had no idea they did that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't at one point until I was sort of like looking up online, and I noticed another person doing it, and when I was watching it, I actually thought, like, yeah, good idea. Makes your life a lot easier, because other than that, otherwise you end up sitting there like this with the pot in your hand, and you have to get yourself a pair of tweezers and you're digging it around in there to try and get it all out. So yeah, it just came up on one of the streams that I was watching one time, and thought, yeah, good idea, that makes life a bit easier, and it works. You got Graham saying hi to Panzer. Hugh's going, hope you had a good Christmas, Colin. And you got Hans going saying the hangout where all the cool kids play. Really? Okay. I thought we were just all mad. Dorsaurus saying, hello Ross, Korra Ping and everyone else in Chatland. Just stopping by to say hi. So hi. Time to cook dinner. Beef stew. Bye. Oh, hi and bye. Fred saying hi to Dorka. And you got Panda saying hi to Dork. And as Fred just mentioned another one, yeah, about the Tamiya glue brush that extends from the pot when you're doing that. And he's on about these little brushes here. And you can pull them out as they slowly wear, empty the pot out so you can actually get to the bottom of the bottle. Yeah. Simple little tricks and tips like that. Cool. Blimey, it's getting too much information out tonight. Ooh. What we like. You got then we've got Graham saying, Panda, you've got the odd time we throw someone under the bus. Yeah, that's nothing unusual. And you got Marcus saying hi to Dorka, and Panzer going, shh, Ross, don't scare them. Me? Nah. I think we're all plastic nutters in the long run. Yeah, and we've got Mark Schur saying hi to Dorkosaurus. So yeah. Not overly happy with that colour in the centre there, so I'm going to change that. Where are you? There we are. That's the one I wanted. And these are the other metallics I use. They're called green stuff. And you can get, I think it's 3 different sets. You can get this one, which is the Galaxy set, I think. Then you've got the Nebula set, and then you've got the another set from like green stuff. I will be getting them myself to get the rest of them, but they're not the cheapest of paints, I will say, but they are good. And these ones are actually mainly designed for airbrushes, but I do use them as for brush painting. And these, unlike the Leos, these come with the agitators in them already, so you ain't got to worry about messing around with them, which doesn't make sense really. Marcus Brunn saying, not my fault. Well, that'd be a first. Yes, but it matches into the arm then. I might actually leave the inner circle bits for now. I'll do them as well. I was trying to bring a little contrast there, but we won't bother. The good thing about using airbrush paints for painting, like for brush painting, it does allow the paint to flow a bit easier over the things, because it's slightly thinner than your standard full mix paint from the layer range that you can get. And it also does help when you've got like a paint that has a very good opacity to it, which basically means it's a lot denser in colour. And like this one, I'll probably take a couple of coats now, because I used silver as a base. If I put it straight onto the white, I probably only have to do 1 coat. I'm probably going to have to do 2 on this one now. That's a little bit better. Yep. Happier with that now. We want to do this arm as well. But we do have a bit more detail into this one. Let's move that out a little bit and go back into zoom. And you'll be able to see what I'm doing a bit easier. Where's Mr. Mousey? Oh, he's gone to sleep. There we go. There we go. That's got us back in zoom. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. I don't think there's any problems with sound or anything like that. You got Panzer going, no Marcus, it's all James's fault. Yep, very much so. Usually is. He's the youngest. Fred's saying, I'll give you a shout next time before I import green stuff. Oh, that'd be good. Be handy. So, I mean, the set that I get for this one, that cost me, I think, about £25, I think. When I got that. So yeah, it's but they do have some really nice colours in the sets that they do, which is one of the reasons why I like it. Plus the fact that I do quite like green stuff paints there. Quite interesting. Okay, so we're going to be doing, again, making the details out on the arms going through. I'm just going to go with these bits. Now the central sphere here, I'll be painting that all silver, but I will be going over with a different colour on it, and I'll be using hopefully some of my clear coat colours that I use from Tamiya. So I'll be using them on it just to highlight and make it look as though it's actually something a bit different. We're going to have to go over with the silver in the middle in a minute. The only thing about using a lot of metallic paints is that it does actually wreck your brushes. So you have to really good maintain them quite well, otherwise they will start splitting and wearing out. And that's just mainly because there's something in the metallic paints that synthetic bristles do not like for some strange reason. Okay, we've got all of that. Oh, missed a bit there. Some of you may notice I've not done the central line that well, but I will be doing that in a minute, so you'll see what I'm going to tend to do to that. So then there's like little tiny planets here that go all around there, so we'll be picking them out at some point. Now with this central one, the big central piece, I'll be painting that in all in silver, and then we'll be picking it out with some different colours in a minute. First of all, we need Mr. Aluminium, which is actually running low. But I do have another one of these, because I generally buy them as sets, so therefore I get plenty in stock and keep them. You got now you got Hugh Gordon saying guilty as charged, send I'm to Norfolk for a fortnight. Fair enough. And then we've got Marcus Brown saying, hear you well, thank you very much. Model United saying, sound is fine, mate. Great, that's all I want to hear, because I don't want it picking up too much and sort of blocking out and blasting out into your ears. Then we've got Sarah Jane saying, popped in to say hi while making up my bed. Aw. Good evening, Sarah Jane. Hope you're well. And then we've got Model United saying hi to Sarah and giving her kisses. And then you got Fred. Sarah Jane saying hi to Fred, and you got everybody else now starting to say hi to Sarah, which is Panzer, Marcus, and Mark all saying hello to Sarah. And then Sarah Jane's giving Panzer hugs. Ooh, where are you? There we are. I'm just going to make sure that we cover all of this central piece into silver, and then we'll pick out the bits that I want to do differently. Because this is supposed to be representing sort of like the sun, but I'm going to have it the silver flames around the edge like I've done on the actual ring. If I get this right, it might look okay. But no guaranteed. Sometimes that's one reason why I hold a set of older these tri-grips brushes that I use. I keep a set for doing wide areas like this, especially when you mess around with metallics. Because like I said, they do destroy brushes. One of the reasons why I have so many. And funnily enough, I've actually ordered some more. And I've got another 2 sets on order of the tri-grip down to 10/0, and they've cost me I think about 23 quid I think total, so they're not too badly priced, and they are from AVC brushes, and a lot of them are actually seconds brushes, not second hand but seconds, where they've got like a slight chip or something on the paintwork of the actual brushes and everything like that, or there's a chip out of the wood, so they put it into a seconds pile, hence the reason why I generally get my brushes at such a good value price to me, really. You got Sarah Jane saying Marcus hugs, and then Graham saying hi to Sarah, Sarah Jane saying hi to Mark, hi to Graham. You got Hugh saying hi to Sarah Jane again, and then Sarah Jane saying hi champ, hugs again. And you got Colin saying hi to Sarah Jane. And then Sarah Jane saying hi, you Colin, hugs. You got Sarah Jane, Fred saying time for bed. Sarah, fault mentioning bed. So it's all Sarah Jane's fault. Fair enough. Take care, mate. Keep up the great work. And everyone else, take care and stay safe. Very much so. I'll see you later, mate. Take care, and I'll see you on your next show. And we've got to go to work in the morning. Aww. And then Sarah Jane saying night to Fred. Look at him. So that's the main central piece done in silver. Just give that a few minutes to dry off, and then what I want to do and see if it works or not is I'm using a clear coat orange on it. to sort of like represent the sun. Oh, that's yellow. That's the one I want. So hopefully this will work, but you never know. Oh, we got not that one. Not that one. And what I'm going to probably try and do, if it sort of like do as an experiment, is I'm going to use the red on some of the tips of the pieces that are standing out. So hopefully then that will give it a bit more of a fiery sort of effect to it. That side obviously not fully dry, but there we go. So hopefully when I've got it sorted, just missed a bit there. I'm going to give it another coat of orange afterwards, but on the copper clear coat. But that's how I've got that sorted so far. It just gives it sort of like a shiny effect and a glassy, fiery effect. But it will be dulled down at some point because I've got I'll go over it with some of the Nuln Oil to give it like a darker look. So once that's dried, stick it in the little clamp for the time being. Like so, so then just sit there and dry off. Now on these, we have the runes to pick out on the front of here. On each piece, there's a little tiny little rune. There we go. Or there, you can just slightly make outline over there. Now those we're going to pick out with some of the gold. And you got Marcus saying, see a model of thread, and Panzer saying, bite the thread, and Sarah Jane saying, bite the thread. Now this is where I need me 10 over 0 brush, which is there. All I'm going to do again is use the tip of the brush just to go over the letter, or the rune as they call them. So there you now have it, is a little gold rune over it. Can't really see it so well on the camera, but never mind. I'm sure quite a few of the members of the Festa 67 group will get to see it when it's done on Facebook. So we also have the base of the stand to do. Now, I'm not really decided on what colour I'm going to do that yet, but it'll probably start off as a wooden style base, and then just highlight parts of it with the metal. I think that's how I'm going to do that one. So first of all, we need chunky plastic, which is that one, I think. I think the other one's a bit too thin, so what I'm going to do now is I'll trim this down so it actually fits into the central piece. There we go. So that now fits on there. So that gives me a bit of a chance to work with it. So we need Fedorian Brown. Very quick shake up. And that's how we can actually use that as a base coat, because it's part of the wooden frat structure. And it will take a couple of coats to get it all done. The fun part will be picking up those little stars and moons that are in the actual, in the Sigmarite Insignia when it comes to painting this piece. This is probably one of them pieces that people would generally just base coat and leave as is. Now with me, I just like to make things harder, like I said earlier on, by trying to pick out all the detail if I can. So we'll leave that one to dry. There we go. Quick, come here. Oh, is that sorted? Just showing you start of the foot there. Now this should be getting there slowly. One is the lead Belcher, which is that one. I bet my I'm trying to pick this out a bit better with the lead Belcher. That's not fully dry yet, it's got a bit tacky on my finger still. Yeah, just basically move it around like this and I can get to it easier that way. Like I said earlier on, did anybody receive what they wanted for Christmas? Did they manage to get that exceptional kit that they wanted for a Christmas present? And if not, why not? You're obviously not training your other halves well enough. Yeah, that's that piece there done. So now that these two pieces are dry, we can actually attach them to the horses. So you will get to see a bit being glued to the actual main piece. Just clean those up a little bit. Like so. I suppose. Do it now. Let's stop over. There we go. Touch up where the bit of sprue was. I'll start that way. Oh, there it is. To have missed that side altogether. So there we go. So that's them all sorted. There. Right, you're in the bin. Bring the little hoosies over, and then we can get these into position. Let's take that one horse off a minute. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put them on to this side of the horse. So it's a bit easier. Even though there's actually a little skull head there, but I don't really want it there. So, hopefully, I'm going to attach you like so. Actually, put that wrong one in there. Right, dope. And there we go. That is one horsey dump. Yeah, a minute. Work coming out. Okay, get that one onto like so. And then we should run you back onto the other like you. Oh, might knock that down too much. You back onto there. And there we go. So we've got the little Sigmarite insignias now on the horses. Looks like we've got Johnny joining us saying hello Mark, hello Hugh. Good evening Johnny and welcome to the show. Yeah, roughly what, just over halfway through today. Back onto this now. Want the that one empty out, I think. There we go. The central locking pin in lead Belcher. I suppose at some point I should find out whether there's anything else to go on this. I think there's actually a box or something that goes underneath it. Nope. And there we go. So, you got Marcus saying hi to Johnny. Try not to forget my toffee before it goes too cold. Yeah, I got a special mug again today. The loss. All right. Okay. Another couple of minutes to dry off. You got Johnny saying hello to Mark and Hugh. Mark saying hello to Johnny, and then you got Johnny saying hello to Marcus, and then Johnny saying, "Which kit is this, Ross?" It's the Celestial Hurricanum. It's a horse-drawn thingamajiggy. You can do two different types of it. One is the big round ball celestial thing on it. You got that one, which has got the big sun cannon on it, or whatever it's supposed to be. The Luminarch, it's called. Or there's a Celestial Hurricane, which is that piece there, which is what I'll be doing. But then I'll also be doing, hopefully doing this as well, but I've got to build a box to go underneath here, because I'm using that central spindle for this one. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if I can get them both pieces on, because one's quite bigger than the other. So what I do have sort of like a rough idea of doing is where this piece here will be going onto this platform, or I'll be building another platform, because I'm going to leave that one to the front. Then we can put all this together and leave it there, and then we've got the wind chime and everything like that. So all, and then I'm going to build hopefully a platform coming out the back. So yeah, you never know, it might work, it might not, I don't know yet. It'll be whatever it's going to be, but it's basically meant to be the Celestial Hurricane. And you got Panda going, Korra only lets you borrow that mug. You do know that, don't you? Nope, it's my mug. She's not allowed to touch that. That's one thing. She knows her place. Especially while she's snoring anyway. I'm gonna say what I want. Then Johnny's going, shh. And Panzer's laughing. Hey ho. So, let's see. We've got the back of this to do again. So, where are we now? There's the onion brown. There we go. Yeah. There it is. In a way, this is my own fault for trying to be too precise when it comes to actually the lines and the edges. Just when you try to sort of like cover up any paint bleed, as they call it. That's a bit down there too. And we'll go around the edges there. I think part's done, so we'll leave that to dry for a minute, and then we'll do the securing brackets, and then go on to do the little insignias. You got Mark Charles saying, done a fantastic job on your kit, Ross. Thank you very much, much appreciated. It's taken some time, but As I said, it does get there in the end. What the clear coat again. That one and the red. Yellow. We're going to do one of these in. Okay. So that's the yellow one done. Off a minute. I've done that wrong, haven't I? Just put down the friggin'. Yeah, well, sort that out when I give it a second coat. Now, so these will probably take a second coat of clear red and yellow to go over them. Otherwise, they'll look a bit scratchy in places. Like with this stuff, the Tamiya ones that I use, I find that when brush painting them, you can't exactly rush it. Otherwise, you end up ruining what you try to do. And if you try and go over it too much at a time, and as it's slowly starting to dry, I found that the actual clear coat will start pulling, and therefore pulling the coat of paint of what you've just put on off. So yeah, just give it a couple of minutes to dry off. Another empty. And we'll do that like so. So yeah, so there's the clear red and the yellow on it. So and then we should leave that to dry. So that piece is basically now done. I'm going to sit that there out of the way. Now, as like I said with this, I'm going to try and, with it being this, I'm going to try and use a red wash. Sort of go over some of the tips of the bits that are coming out. Sorry, it was legal, but leave it back that way. Give them that a second coat actually before I do that. Okay. So, I'm liking that a bit more now. A bit more pleasing to the eye, as I say. As I said, a lot of my painting is just basically purely trial and error. And the good thing about this is where it actually builds up, or where it's built up around the actual pieces that are sticking up. And we've got Muse joining us. Good evening, Muse, and welcome to the show. She's saying, wanders in and sets the coffee pot down. Hey-o! So, hi, Muse. And then you got Mark and everybody else now starting to say hi to Muse, like Sarah Jane, Johnny, And Mark are all saying hi to Muse. So I think that bit's done for a minute. Okay. Now I will be doing something very similar on these discs, because they're the discs that go on to the celestial, the Luminarch cannon thing, whatever it's supposed to be. So we will be using them discs. We've got part of the central piece, which is there. So I've just got to basically find all the little lenses that I think 1, 2, 3, 4 lenses there. Then we've got the other ones that are going through there, which will make it more and more interesting to do. And I think these are the lenses for it anyway. Look like it. Yeah. They are. What is it? I think that goes on it, doesn't it? Yep, it does. We'll just take that off anyway, because I'll probably start working on that when I go into the Hangouts later. Because again, this is going to take me quite some time to get all these bits sorted. I can never understand why they insist on putting sprue joins right on the a circular point. Put it on the flat area, fair enough. But not on the circle point, so it makes it harder to clean up and keep it all round. Take that bit off there. Yep, so that'll be nice. There we go. There we go. I think that's looking a bit better. And you've got some sort of snaky thing there on the bottom of it. You got Colin saying hi to Johnny, Muse saying hi to Colin and giving him hugs, and then we've got Colin saying Muse hugs. And then Johnny's going, hey Colin, haven't seen you for a while. And then you got Sarah Jane saying, ooh, I found some 12s in the fridge. Goes well with my chocky cake. Whoa, not wrong with a bit of chocky cake. Now, my grandma used to make the best chocolate cake that I used to love. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was really, really moist. And then she used to put a glaze over the chocolate cake when it was nearly finished cooked. And you get that like really crispy top to it, which was like a sugar glaze on top of it. And it was like, oh, when you munch into it, like it just used to crack. And then you just like, especially when it's just about out the oven for about 10-15 minutes and it's still warm on the inside. It's like, oh. And then you pour custard over that. Very, very nice. We've got here. So Johnny, what's good for cutting photo etch? Got a gecko model skid steer for Christmas. You can get snips that will do photo etch, but don't try and use these style of snips because it'll just rip them to pieces. When I'm doing photo etch, I'll generally use a scalpel to cut most of it out. Cut the tabs. It's a lot easier unless it's a really big piece what I can actually access to. But then I use my X-Actos because they will generally survive most things. They won't cut steel though, that's anything. But photo etch, X-Actos will cut through everything. I mean, my eldest thought it would be a great idea one day to try and cut through a needle. And yeah, I now have 2 little dinks in me blades that actually do that. But yeah, they're one of the best things for cutting what I found for cutting photo etch. Let's see. Ooh. We've got Edward Leonard joining us, saying Ross, hiya, and hiya Ross, and hiya chat. We just jumped up a fair bit then. Let's see if I can wake the mousey up. There we go. And then we can steer back up a little bit. There we go. Mark shows going to Sarah's thing, saying, Sarah, nom nom, you're sharing that cake? I doubt that very much. It's chocolate, female, cake going. You probably won't see a crumb of it. Edward went, as I said, hiya Ross and hiya chat. And then you got Graham saying hi to Muse. Johnny, what's good? Yep, done that part, which was for your photo etch. Yeah, just don't use cheap snips on photo etch. They will destroy them. They're not designed for cutting that sort of stuff. But I said, if you've got a cutting mat and scalpel, one of the best blades you can get, which I don't have, is the chisel head blade. I think it's a number 14 or number 9 blade. These are number 11s. But yeah, if you get that for the swan blades, it's over, I think it's a 14 for the chisel blade. And that's where you can just push it down and it'll just sort of like cut through the photo etch nicely. And we've got Skull Muse says waves at the rest, and then we've got Skull Model Muse going, pizza. I had pizza for dinner, well, lunch yesterday. It weren't a very good one, it was just standard Morrison's one. You got Johnny saying hello to Edward, you got Mark saying hi to Edward, Johnny saying hi to Graham, and then Sarah Jane saying the huge cake is only bite sizes, unfortunately. Ew. So that definitely means you're not getting any. It's Sarah Jane's bite size only. By the sounds of things. We'll just allow that. That's fine. I'll play some blue in chat now. Marcus Brown saying can't get a decent pizza here in the Netherlands. Oh, shamed. Mark is also saying hi to Edward. You've got Edward saying hi to Johnny. Mark Shellard. Graham saying hi to Johnny. Hope you're well. Sarah Jane said hi Edward hugs. And then Edward saying hello to Marcus Brun and hello to Sarah Jane. Skill Model Muse is Shane. Make your own, Marcus. That's what my son usually does. That's obviously the cake. We do have good takeaway pizza though. Sounds good. You got Muse saying, I saw some PE cutters on Amazon. Are they worth getting? It all depends on yourself, I'm afraid. It depends how much PE you can actually do. I mean, I'm not sure if they're usually expensive for that. So yeah, it's how much PE you do and whether it'd be worth paying out the price for your PE cutters. Simple as that, really. Panzer's going hi to Edward. Squishy hugs. Or Marcus is saying, yeah, I'm doing it myself nowadays. I think they were Tamiya. Yeah, if they were Tamiya PE cutters, then they're probably not going to be cheap. I'm not sure the prices wise. Colin might have an idea. Not sure. Then we've got Edward saying hi to Panzer Koenig, squishy hugs. And then you've got scale model Muse. If I cut PE with a knife, I'll ping it across the house log. Yeah, I do exactly the same thing. But to combat that, like with this sheet here, as you can see, it's got some rather nice little tiny little pieces on it. To combat that happening from that, all I do is I will get a bit of a masking tape or sellotape, and we'll say we'll find, there we go. I do that, so I've got a piece of tape behind it. And then once I've got the piece of tape there, I'll just literally cut the tabs away. And then depending on how many pieces of PE I'm using, generally if I'm say I'll count up how many I need at the time, I'll peel the tape away and it'll then peel those little bits still attached to the tape away from it. So you don't actually lose them, you don't have them all pinging off all over the place. But I can't really do that at the moment. I need that PE sheet for my 1/72 sub that I'm doing. Because that's all the hatch covers and everything still to go on. And then you just basically, once you cut it, you just peel it off, and your pieces of PE will generally be attached to your piece of tape. It just stops them from pinging off everywhere. That's how I do it anyway, Muse. If that's a handy little tip for you. Cool, that's the third tip we've given out tonight. Getting carried away with these tips tonight. Let me know. People might actually think we're starting to take things seriously. And then people thanking me for giving them tips. Oh, that's unheard of. Can't do things like that. Johnny says, I'll look for those. As I said, Johnny, it depends on how much PE. If you're doing like the Metal Earth kits and that sort of thing, you're doing a lot of them, then yeah, buying a set of the PE cutters could be useful. But as I said, that's generally good enough. And as I just showed you with the tape trick, that stops PE stuff from flying off all over the place. That's how I stop it anyway. Need to get myself a pizza oven though. Wood fire probably. Preferably. Yep, best way to do. Stone bake oven. With proper wood. Cedar wood. Or if you can get hold of some like old smash whiskey barrels. That's what gives you flavour. And then you don't just have to do pizza in the other. The pizza oven type thing. You can do other things in it as well. And as Muse just said, well, the normal oven does well. Skirmore Music, lol. Stuart Tucker. Good evening, Stuart Tucker. Welcome to the show. Small ones. Fair enough. Then you got Sarah Jane saying, Ross, I'm still a growing fairy, so I need my cake. Yeah. This is why I say we don't argue over twat for cakes with Sarah Jane. You lose, and she'll just eat them all anyway. Stuart Tucker saying, treat the etch like paper. Yes, very, very carefully. Skelmore Muse, okay. And Marcus Brenner say, of course it does, my Muse, but want to take it a bit further. Fair enough. And Hugo saying hi to Muse. Skelmore Muse saying hi, Hugh. Panzer going to say I use a scalpel and a ceramic tile to cut the PE on. Yep, I just use my cutting mat, and as I said, I use tape behind it, and then it just basically peels off, and yeah, little pieces of photo etch are attached to that bit of tape, so it just makes it a lot easier, and they don't go ping, because guaranteed you end up pinging them off somewhere. Someone goes, okay, thanks for the tip, Ross, you're welcome. Didn't think of tape, duh, lol. Yeah. See, I can come up with some useful ideas occasionally. Not very often, but occasionally. Scummy going, we were actually talking about modelling. Oh my god, lol. Yep, very much so. That's hurt me head, that is. Ooh. Yeah, we might have to make that into a little session, saying the tip of the week, and get you lot to think of one each week on a Tuesday. Yeah, that'd be good. Then we've got Graham saying, Italeri do a mini snip straight for photo etch. Item number 50817. Fair enough. Didn't know they actually did any, but there we go. Graham McCorbett said £12.50 UK price. Yeah. I mean, I can buy 100 scalpel blades for that. That's why I just use my scalpel. It's a lot cheaper. Like 200 scalpel blades, I should say, for that price. And then we've got Edward Leonard saying, Ross's tip of the week. Okay. That's getting way too serious for me. Then we've got Edward Leonard saying, hi to Graham McCorbett, Scale Model Muse. And Scale Model Muse saying, hi to Ed and Squish Hugs. And then Graham McCorbett saying, hi to Edward. And then Sarah James, hi Stuart. And Marcus Bond saying, hi to Stuart. So there you go. Got a few people in, and chat's gone well. And, blimey. Is that time already? But, I mean, I can carry on for a bit longer if you want. I don't mind. As there's not generally anybody else on after me in the evening. No. There's not been many people on this week, really. I think there's only me and one of our other people that normally stream on a Tuesday on today. I think that's Chapter Master Valak that I usually watch on a Tuesday. Up there. Okay, so we've got there's some tiny little skulls inside these crochets, whatever, courgettes, whatever you want to call them. Where are we? There we are. Yeah. They're 10/0 brush, were you? There you are. And here we go. That's the little skulls. And then you can just see, well, it just reflects it just a tiny little bit. So that's them. That one done. Should be some more there somewhere. There we are. And these have got the insignia for Stormcast Insignia. We'll have to use a bit of silver on these ones. One done. I'm literally just using right at the tip of the brush this. And that's the little Stormcast Insignia's done. Can't really see him that well, but there we go. You got Marcus saying, feel free to go on a bit longer if you wish. Yep, can do, I suppose. Okay, as I said, I was going to go over with the about the competition again. Now, last Saturday, because it was Christmas Day, I was feeling generous. I do it occasionally. And I decided I was going to do a kit giveaway. The draw will be next Saturday, because it's a normal modelling day draw, which is on Bidana Saturday. So yeah, I did decide on that day the kit that I wanted to give away, which was, there we go, this one. It's a Italeri C47 Skytrain. Now it's brand new in the box, and it's got the decals for the American variant and the British one. So you can either do the DC3 or the C47, as it was known as. Now, there is a question to answer, but you have to go to my last Saturday stream, which was on Christmas Day. And the question that I asked, it's just a simple one, so lots of people can answer it fairly quickly if there's as much as they want. And that's basically, what was the name of the ship that the Japanese surrendered on? Did their official sign of the Declaration of Surrender. So that was and put that answer in the comments of that stream or video now, and you will then be put into a random generator and we'll pick out a random winner. This competition is open to people abroad, living outside the UK, but please be aware that it will take a bit longer to get to people outside the UK. So if you do live outside the UK, you feel free to enter the competition. Oh, excuse me. And good luck. So that's what we've got. We've got the Italeri C47. And it's a nice little kit. I have actually built one of these before. I did enjoy it. I did the American version. So yeah, all I can say, good luck to people. I mean, there's a few people already on it. I think there's about 6 or 7 people already entered. So go along, put your answer in the comments, and hopefully you'll win. There we go. Oh, my throat's getting a bit foggy. Ugh. Ha, that's better. Okay, now with these 2 pieces, they've got to be base coated. So what I'm going to do, I'll do that. Do that. Cut that off. I do hate it when they put it in stupid little places like that. Oh, there we go. And there we go. That's that one off. Yeah, they do seem to put pins onto the actual right in the middle of it. It's like you've got a pin there, and it's right between 2 little rivets. You've literally got to work your nips into it like that. Right, I'm picking inside of the skull. There we go. And there we go. There's them 2 bits sorted. We can do that and that. And like that. I'll get rid of them. Oh. Now more satisfying than snipping up bits of sprue. Off to the recycling bin it goes. So yeah, that's that bit. So now hopefully That's all dried off nicely. So what I'm going to do now is just touch up round the... No, I'm not liking that. Hang on a minute. Seems to have got a... Here we have. The other ones. When I get hairs that seem to have elongated from the brush. And there we go. That's got rid of it. There we go, sorted. Now, what actually surprised me was where, believe it or not, I was quite surprised when somebody dropped off a load of paints and everything to me. Now, most people know for snips and everything, the ones that people keep going on about are these things. And the reason why I keep going on, they're called God Hand snips. And I was surprised that he actually gave me a pair of these. And these were actually in all the other, with all the other stuff. So to get actually a pair of God Hand snips, but they're fragile as hell. You can sort of you get very, very wary when to use them and that lot. Yeah, so I mean, they're a very nice little pair of snips, and they do the job nicely when it comes to getting close to certain things. But yeah, you don't use them on very thick plastic or anything like that, actually end up bloody shattering them. Marcus Brown saying the God Hands, be careful. Yeah. Yes, they are very, very expensive, and you've got like to make sure you do the proper maintenance and everything with them. I don't think they're actually worth what they charge for them. I'd rather just stick to the snips that I have, but they very rarely get used. But to actually be given a pair, which was quite a shock and a nice little surprise when I looked through everything. So here's that brush. Do it back round and paint over. What I'm just doing now is just tidying up a little bit around there, things where I've actually caught it with the orange. And there's a reason why I'm doing that. So I'm going to use a clear red just to highlight it a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't until about, a week after that he'd actually dropped all this stuff off to me that I suddenly realised he'd actually given me a pair of God Hand snips. Which I thought was very, very surprising. Okay. That side done. Yeah, that's what I was quite surprised about, Colin. Yeah, I'm only 5 away from the 200 subs. And very much appreciated to Nigel's modelling bench that sent over quite a few people. And if there are anybody out there that hasn't subbed to my channel, please do so, because I would like to hit the 200. Be very, very nice. Hopefully before the new year. So if you know of anybody that wishes to come and watch a daft old guy playing around with pieces of plastic, feel free to invite them. And if you're not already subbed, please do so. It would be much appreciated. But yeah, it'd be really nice if I can get to 200. I've only been on doing this, or doing the live streams for 3 months now. I think something like that, 3 or 4 months. And it was thanks to the cajoling of a certain Mr. Fester 67 that got me into it. And yeah, I mean, it's taken me a while to get used to it, let's put it that way. And there's still days where I feel as though I'm not doing right things and I keep screwing up on things. But there we go. But yeah, I mean, it's about having fun as far as I'm concerned, and I'll keep it that way. You got Scale Model Muse saying, I'll pass on tools you have to be careful with. I'd ruin them in one sitting just by dropping them. Yeah, I mean, you would have thought for the price of what you're paying for a set of God Hand Snips, they'd make them a bit more sturdier. But for some strange reason, they haven't. I mean, but as I was saying to you, for actually being given a set out of the blue, and the amount of paint and everything else this other gentleman gave me because he's given up the hobby, it surprised the hell out of me, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's some of the things I have actually passed out to other people, and they'll be going in the post in the new year, because I don't use the stuff, which is basically all the airbrushing stuff that he's given me. I'm passing it out to a number of different people. Let's see. You got Sarah saying bye to Johnny. Oh, has Johnny got in? Oh, it must be. Never mind. I do apologise, I didn't see that. You got Panda saying, I can see future Ross's tip of the week, how to break a pair of God hands. Yeah, very much so. And then there's Colin mentioning only 5 away from 200 subs, Ross. If you haven't already, then click the button, folks. Thank you very much, Colin. Graham saying, was the Sky Train and Dakota not the same design for World War II? Yes. But it's just Sky Train, the DC, well, the C47, or whatever it's called again. Oh, where are you? Yeah, C47 and the DC3 were both Dakota aircraft, but the Skytrain was mainly named, I think, when it started doing like the main drops and cargo lifts to keep supplying. So hence the reason why it's called a Skytrain. It's like the Red Ball Express that they had over there during the Second World War. Muse saying, yeah, right, Penzalol. Yep, you're probably right. I will end up breaking them at some point. So then you buying everyone a cake when you reach 200, just asking for nutritional reasons. No, I think I'll let you buy the cake, Sarah, and spread them out, because you're obviously a better person on cake things than I am. I only like my grandma's cakes. Edward's saying, hi, Fester 67 Workshop. Colin, hope you're doing well. And Graham McCoy saying, Ross, you will get there, trust me, mate. Thank you very much. Then you got Colin saying hey to Edward Leonard and saying he's fine, buddy. Edward's saying that's good, Colin. Ooh, airbrush stuff from Sarah Jane. Yes, as I said, I got given a load of paints and everything by a friend of mine that's actually given up on the hobby, sadly. So with me not actually using any of the airbrush stuff, I decided to spread it around to a number of different people, and there are certain paints and everything like that that I don't use, and like the thinners and everything for airbrushes. So I passed them out to people that have sort of like could do with a bit of a help. So that's what I've done. And it's like there was Tamiya paints, Mr. Hobby. I don't use the normal Tamiya paints. The only ones I use from Tamiya are the clear coats. So therefore, that's why I didn't keep them myself. Other than that, everything else is I use myself. So there we go. Oi. My little bench buddy. Insane. He just fell down. There we go. Shit. So yeah, I will be passing out that stuff to other people. So I've got it all parcelled up, ready to go, and there's a number of people going to be receiving it. So it's going to go to good places, as it was a gift to me. It's my way of just passing on the kindness from that one person that's sadly given up. And it's good to be able to help other people out. So, oh, it's nearly 12 o'clock. Everyone is saying, Ross, God hands are like that because they are super hard, which makes them brittle, but also makes them stay sharp. If you stay away from cutting with the tip, you'll be fine. Yep. I have heard about all those little rumours, thanks to that, Edward. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I will be looking after them, and that's why they'll get used very rarely, or only when I need them to get into smaller areas. Because I generally use these ones. I think these cost me a tenner. Not even that from oh yeah, actually no, I got these free from when I ordered from a modelling company called Dave Coley's Models. And well, it's called Dave Coley's Emporium. Great guy, good value kits on there, quite a few different stuff, and yeah, good prices. And he sent me these to test out for him, and some brushes, but they're getting a bit old now, so I will have to look at getting some new ones. But I do have my other ones, which I've still got new, which haven't actually been used yet, which are these ones. Just cheap, cheerful, and I use these for lopping into chunky sprue mainly, so then I don't damage anything else. I also have these ones, the Citadel ones. Not exactly the best of snips, because I find that the blades overlap for some reason. They don't actually sit flat, and you can see from the sort of like there's a gap between the blades. So yeah, not for what they cost, I wasn't impressed very much with them, sadly. And got Colin saying, I got tweezer sets from him for as freebies. Yes, I do as well. So, handy little things. And if you basically, I think it was just over last Christmas, I think. And yeah, I was saying, these Citadel Snips, they're great for cutting through great thick sprue. But when you sort of like look at the tip of the actual cutting tips, they don't actually meet up, and it sort of the bottom blade goes over the underneath the top blade, which is what I find a bit crap, really, for what you're paying for these things. My other snip, which are these ones, and they're just basically generic ones, and they're very thin edge ones, so they come in handy when you're getting close to the edge of the actual pieces and that lot, when you got to cut off the nibs and that. Oh, blimey. These ones I find a bit easier to get into really tight places and everything like that, which we sometimes get to deal with when doing Warhammer stuff. Well, I don't use them very often, but yeah, they're just another cheap set that I picked up, and I think they cost me about £3. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I do have a number of sets, but I mean, I mainly used these ones because they're fairly indestructible. So yeah. You've got Panzer going, Ross, if you read the instructions, it tells you how to keep the god hands safe. The packaging does actually say not suitable for children. No wonder you don't have a set then. That would definitely be out of order. Does it also say not suitable for OAPs as well? Yeah, but actually it would help, but I didn't actually get the instructions for these Panzer. So there we go. So you got Scale Molyneux saying lol, and then Edward Lender's going lol Panzer Koenig. Mark shows is that the little bear's names? Shit lol. It's me bench buddy, little Ted. I was named by my youngest, who gave him to me as a Father's Day gift. Because he said, Daddy, we've all got teddy bears. Even Mummy's got a teddy bear, but you don't. So he went and bought me a little teddy bear. So, old bench Ted sits on my bench, and he keeps me company on as a bench buddy. So he just sits up on me brush stand at the back of my bench, keeping an eye on me, making sure I don't do too many things stupid. You got Mew saying most I've ever paid for Schnippers is $18. Yeah, I think the Citadel ones, they're about 20 odd quid, I think they are now. So you're probably looking about close to about $30 for the Citadel Snips. But it was a 2-pack, one for heavy cutting and the other small work. Yeah, sounds like a good enough deal. I mean, I got me blue handled ones from AliExpress, and I think they cost me about £1.25, including postage from China. Then you got Mew saying, or everyone should have a teddy bear. Everyone should have a bench buddy. That's very true. I do agree with that. And then Panzer's going, no, I don't have a pair. I have better things to spend my hard-earned pennies on, like kits. Yep, so do I. But these were gifted to me, so I'm quite happy with that one. Yeah, Ted does drink beer, but he doesn't smoke the marijuana. We don't allow that in the house. I'm off, foot's gone to sleep, and I intend catching up with it. Night all, take care. No night, Sarah Jane. Big hugs to you, and enjoy your cake. And you got Skullman Muse going, hee hee, agreed, bears for everyone. Yes, Marcus, we know about your bear fetish, don't we? And then Panzer's going, night, Sarah Jane, take care. And then Muse is saying, night, Sarah Jane. So, it's now well past my usual time to stop and go. So, as everybody's sort of like, yes, Mr. Care Bear. We know about collecting your little Care Bears. Marcus. The bear gets into my smoke and he'll end up in the stew pot. That's red pandas. We get them, yeah. And you got Edward then saying night to Sarah Jane, and Sarah Jane saying night Panzer, take care, and night to Muse. So as people are starting to say goodnight now, 'cause I mean it is getting, well, it's just gone past midnight. I think we'll call it a night there and see how we get on to by the end of the week. So I will say night to everybody, but I'll go back up to face cam first and scare the hell out of all of you even more. And there we go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream this evening. If so, please hit the thumbs up button. It'd be much appreciated. If you would like to help support me, I do have a buy me a coffee link. It's usually it's somewhere. I think it's it shows somewhere up on the thing. It's there. And also thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what I've done, and I hope you enjoyed the actual modelling talk, which is really weird for me. Don't normally go on with that sort of stuff. But hey ho, try anything once. Yeah, took that light off. There we go. Not so scary now. I've got my other top bench light. There we go. I actually haven't put my main light on. That's why it's a bit sort of shadowed tonight. But yeah, well, thank you very much for watching, and I will say night night for now, and stay safe, take care, and happy modelling. Bye bye for now.